Rico and Racket stood amongst the dead and dying on board the ship that they had just defended. "Where'd you get this thing?" Rico asked, confused by the layout of the peculiar ship. "Got it from a young fella named Lando. He needed fast cash, so he used this as collateral. We needed a ship after all, so I was fine with it." "Does seem like a good deal," Rico acknowledged. The air was tense and awkward. The two of them had been at war, and not just any war, a bloody civil war between brothers. But both of them clearly were itching to say something that was on their minds to the other. After all, for years they had been each other's sounding boards. That wasn't something that was lost easily, and the lingering want to go back to the old days was clearly present from the two of them. "Want to go to the pub?" Racket asked after a long silence. "Good idea. Let's hash things out over some drinks." Contra stood before a thing. It had mannish features, yet was stiff and rotten. It reeked of decay and gave off an uneasy presence like that of a cheating spouse. "What exactly am I looking at here?" "Ah, yes, Commander. This is something I was working on for the Dutchman before you liberated me from that post. It is an altered being, starved for blood and flesh. Its purpose in life is to do pain unto others for its own survival." Contra wasn't exactly put off by the presence of the beast before him. However, it did make him skeptical. After all, this wasn't a product of the Sith arts. It was Dr. Schlieffen's twisted scientific invention. "I suppose these insane inventions are why I recruited you, Schlieffen. But can it be controlled? It seems like a wild animal with little to no payoff on the battlefield." "It cannot be controlled in a direct sense. However, they are extremely easy to deal with on a singular basis. They simply don't have the brains to coordinate intelligent attacks. So, if we were to drop 2 or 3 on board an unknowing ship, then their infectious bites will spread this virus to others, until the entire ship is full of the beast." "I see." Contra thought about the repercussions that unleashing such an unpredictable thing would be on the galaxy. Yet, simultaneously, it would bolster the ranks of the Chaos Army considerably. "Very well, Schlieffen. Perfect your serum. You have the funding to continue this research, but you do not have the time. We are mobilizing very, very soon, so if you can have it ready as quickly as possible, that would be best for all of us." "Yes, thank you, sir. This will be ready as soon as possible." Contra went off to his second officer, who had been waiting for him outside the room patiently. "Sir, the men have been gathered as you requested." "Excellent. Just the elite guards, correct?" "Yes, sir. Foot soldiers, gunners, tankmen, conscripts, everyone else has been sent a copy of your speech for reading." "Good, good. And be sure to give them double rations as well. I don't want them feeling like they missed out on anything. We need morale to be at an absolute high right now. We need to capitalize on everything that's going on in the galaxy." Contra walked out to a crowd of his elite soldiers who had been waiting eagerly to hear him speak. "Brothers, it has been a long journey. You have followed me through the deepest and darkest parts of the galaxy in order to recover powerful Sith artifacts. We have succeeded in this mission in many regards, and our failures have been utilized as lessons for the future as well. This knowledge and power has accumulated into an impressive fighting force that we have before us today. Our final goal is in sight. There are only minor obstacles that we need to conquer now. The Empire, for one. It's an immense fighting force with 2 powerful Sith Lords at the head, Darth Vader and Darth Sidious. Neither of them are to be taken lightly. However, they are weak in their ranks. They have little training for their stormtroopers, and small constitutions for the majority of them. Then, there's the rebels. A pitiful force, really. I recently infiltrated them personally. That should be like swatting a bug. Just take him out nice and quick. Then, there's Rico's brigade. The only true force we must be careful of. They are fractured, but that is hardly of consequence. They have heart, bravery, and skill. All things to make for an enemy you must be wary of. Even in a weakened state, they are dangerous. However, we are the Alphas, the chosen leaders of the galaxy. We will prevail and wipe all these other factions from existence. To fail is not only to fail yourselves, but also the people. People are meant to be free in an anarchical state. That is the true purpose of chaos. We are simply the guiding hand that will get them into that state. Then, of course, once it has been done, we will form a hands-off government. Only there to keep others from trying to disturb the sweet bliss of anarchy. Contra stood there, absorbing the moment. His troopers stood obediently as well. He had taught them to keep their emotions bottled up. They would not applaud for fear of repercussions. It was a method of controlling them, but he knew he had psyched them up with his speech. He could see it on their faces. All was going to plan, and the galaxy would soon be at his hands. He of course had his own plans beyond this anarchy claim, but that was the easiest way to put it to these simpletons. In reality, his vision and scope for the coming world was much, much bigger than all of that. Meanwhile, in a far-off part of the galaxy, Captain Rex and Commander Wolf stood with Mace Windu, Tucker, Blitzer, Coda, and Mental on the grounds of one of Rico's military bases. Captain Rex and Commander Wolf had actually arrived at the exact same time as the other group, and they had made excited greetings. They caught up on all of their adventures that they had had on their own, filling each other in on missed information or just exciting stories. But then Rex addressed Mental directly. Mental, we should have listened to you. Doubting you was a mistake. We didn't give you the proper respect that a clone brother deserves. We let our own agendas and curiosity for what was going to happen get in the way of reasoning and our brotherhood. Yeah, Mental. Rex is right, Wolf said simply. He was a clone of few words, and they were hardly ever sentimental. So this was a heartfelt compliment coming from him. That's alright, fellas. Went on a little soul-searching journey myself, and ended up with Window over here. Stop calling me that. Yeah, he's a bit cranky. Probably from getting zapped by Palpy back in the day. You guys would be too if you had to spend the past few days with only this guy for company. The group gabbed like this for a few minutes. Old friends were reunited joyously. Eventually, the group actually expanded into the main crew of Rico's brigade, who were all also located within the base and had heard of the arrival of these old friends. They were telling old tales and jokes. A sense of familiarity resonated amongst the group. And finally, Rico and Racket arrived together. Mental? Wolf? Oh my lord, you two are alive? Rico was through the moon. Wow. Well, not only do we have old friends back, but we've also reunited with our enemies, Rico said sarcastically, and Racket chimed in. Yeah, Rico and I hashed things out last night. We're recombining our forces. Well, minus Badger, who will have to hold trial for his betrayal of Rico and Racket's regime. Yes, that is all fine and good, Windu spoke up. But Rico, this is enough banter. We do need to discuss things now that everyone is here. A Sith entity that goes by the name of Chaos is coming. You might know him by the name of Contra. His power is unknown to us, but it's safe to guess that he could easily wipe out half the galaxy with a snap of his fingers. You're exaggerating, right? Yes, it is a hyperbole. It would take a little bit more effort than a snap. But he is not to be taken lightly. We need to prepare everything we have. Well, we've faced the worst of the worst. We'll just grit our teeth and get through this together. Suddenly, an escape pod crash-landed nearby, and to the shock of everybody present, ARC Trooper Echo got out and ran over. Everyone, the Dutchman, Cody, The Emperor, Vader, they're coming. In force. With a new super weapon. Lord Gonk, save us, Rico mumbled.
I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.